retirement is crucial, and that's why the government also offers two pension scheme for this very cause, and that is National Pension Scheme and Atal Pension Yojana. Most people assume that these two schemes are very much similar, but let me tell you, although both these schemes are meant to provide social security during retired life, they are not the same product. When planning for retirement, many of us get confused as to which scheme should I really invest in, or which plan should I really opt for when it comes to investing for retirement. Which one might prove to be more profitable? Should you invest in both National Pension Scheme as well as Atal Pension Yojana and get double returns, or is it wise to have just one account? Hi guys, my name is Namita Pandey and I welcome you all to yet another video, wherein this video is for all those who wish to retire rich. So watch this video till the end so that you get a very clear idea, fair idea as to which plan might best suit you based on your preferences as well as the benefits you get by each of these schemes. In this comparison video, let's first understand what each of these schemes actually mean. Now, talking about NPS, which is National Pension Scheme, let me tell you, on one hand, wherein this scheme is a long-term investment plan that was started by the central government, and this scheme falls under the purview of PFRDA, which is Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. As part of the scheme, it requires all the investors to invest in the pension account during their course of the employment. Now, for example, say for an instance, if you're working today, if you're a salaried employed or even a business owner and you're aged 30, then for the next 30 years, you will be contributing towards NPS account. Now, post-retirement, that is say after 60 years of age, the ideal retirement age, the employees can take certain portion of the entire corpus that they have contributed towards this account. As for the balance amount, it will be provided to the employee as a monthly pension. Now, this allows the people who have a low risk appetite an opportunity to invest in a safe instrument. While on the other hand, if we see Atal Pension Yojana is the central government scheme, and the scheme is also authorized by PFRDA. This scheme is especially meant for those people who are working in an unorganized sector. It provides a pension scheme for all those working in unorganized sector. The major objective of this scheme is to provide the Indian citizen with the security blanket from illness, any kind of accident if you meet in case, etc. Here the scheme allows an option of getting a fixed pension ranging from rupees 1000 to rupees 5000, which is you can get on a monthly basis 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000 or 5000 upon attaining the age of 60 years. Now, the pension that you get will be determined based on the individual's age, which is your age, and the contribution that you decide to make or to contribute towards this account. Now, let's understand the difference between the two schemes, whether it is in terms of the eligibility, whether we talk in terms of the investment that you have to make, or whether the account, the returns, etc. Now, let me tell you, there are a lot of difference when we talk about these two schemes. Starting with the first is, I will tell you about the age of joining. While on one hand, NPS is such scheme that will allow you at the age of 18 years, you can open this account. While the maximum age for NPS is set at 65 years, which means at 65 till 65 you can contribute. On the other hand, if you're planning to open Atal Pension Yojana, then the entry age is also set at 18 years and the maximum age set here is 40 years, which is only until 40 years you can contribute. Talking about the eligibility for NPS, wherein all the citizens of India can join irrespective of whether you are a citizen of India or even if you're an NRI, which is non-resident Indians, then also you can open an NPS account. On the other hand, if we talk about Atal Pension Yojana is for all those Indian citizens only who can make the investment. Here, to benefit from this initiative, they would need to possess a bank savings account or even a post office savings account. So if you have any of these, you can start or you can open your Atal Pension Yojana account. Talking about the third difference, which is the type of account. Now, under the Atal Pension Yojana scheme, an individual can hold only one scheme in his name. On the other hand, if you're opening, say, NPS account, now NPS provides you an opportunity to open two accounts. They are namely Tier 1 and Tier 2 account. Now here let me tell you, if you're opening NPS account, then Tier 1 account is mandatory, while the second one, which is Tier 2 account, It is not mandatory. It is optional. If you want to open, you can open this account as well. Now, in case you want to learn in detail what is tier 1 account and what is tier 2 account, we have already made a separate video on the details of NPS and how it works. You can watch that. Moving on to the next difference, it is about the nominee. Now, as per the NPS guidelines, the nomination is mandatory. Also, the nominee must not be the spouse. On the other hand, if we talk about the APY, which is Atal Pension Yojana scheme, here the subscriber must put forward the name of the nominee. Here also the nominee is compulsory, but here you can have your spouse as the nominee as well. Talking about the slab of pension, let me tell you, as returns are linked to the market, there are no fixed slabs for the pension if you're opening an NPS account. In case you're opening an Atal Pension Yojana account, then individuals can select a fixed slab of pension that you wish to get on a monthly basis post your retirement, and this will range between 1,000 to 5,000, as I've already told you. Moving on to the next difference, the next major difference between the two is the guaranteed returns. Here, let me tell you, National Pension Scheme does not provide you with the fixed or the guaranteed returns, since it is linked with the market and the returns you get will be based on the market performance, and here it is more volatile. The returns you get is more volatile. The investment instrument does not provide any guaranteed returns. On the other hand, if we talk about Atal Pension Yojana, it extends you the guaranteed pension post your retirement. Moving on to the next difference, we'll talk about the premature withdrawal. Now, as per the APY guidelines, premature withdrawal is allowed only under certain circumstances. And these circumstances would include if in case the subscriber or the contributors is dead, or this second situation is if you have any kind of serious illness. So these are the two instances wherein the investor can withdraw their amount prematurely along with the interest. Now, also let me tell you, if you're exiting due to any other reason, would allow the subscriber to acquire only the invested amount and not the interest. Now, if you talk about the premature withdrawal in NPS, here you are allowed to withdraw only from your tier 2 account anytime. When it comes to tier 1 account, let me tell you, there are certain restrictions that is involved with them. Withdrawal from this account are only permitted starting an investment from the 3rd year. These withdrawals are also limited to other specific conditions, such as if you have any kind of medical emergency, if you have a reason like marriage, then you want to withdraw your money, or if you want to purchase a home, etc. So these are the other specific conditions in which you can withdraw from NPS. Partial withdrawal of funds from tier 1 account are permissible in the limit of only 25% of your total balance or the total corpus that you have in the account. If an individual closes this scheme on the premature basis, then only 20% of the accrued corpus can be withdrawn in the lump sum. The rest, which is 80% of the corpus, would need to be maintained for annuity. This is the condition if you're choosing a premature withdrawal in NPS. Moving on to the next difference, it is investment choice. Now here, if we talk about the NPS National Pension Scheme, the subscriber has two choices, which is active choice or auto choice options for the investment. Based on your knowledge, you can choose either of it. They can also opt for the fund manager for managing their funds. On the other hand, the APY scheme does not provide you any kind of investment choices. Talking about the next difference, it is about the government contribution. While on one hand, if you're opening National Pension Scheme, the government will not contribute to your NPS account. On the other hand, if we talk about APY, Atal Pension Yojana, here the government contributes a significant sum to your account, which again is subject to certain terms and conditions. Now let's understand the return part well, so that you can judge whether to invest in NPS or whether to invest in APY, and how much return you can expect to get at the age of 60 years. Now, if we talk about the returns, that you get in NPS, which is National Pension Scheme, this will be dependent on the conditions in the current market. Now here, let me tell you, the net asset value forms the basis on which the fund houses arrive at the returns. Moreover, the investment type which a subscriber opts for also comes into consideration while determining the returns. Now, for example, if you're investing in NPS, you're given the option whether to invest in equity, whether to invest in corporate bonds, whether to invest in government bonds or government securities, or to invest in alternative investment. According to your risk appetite, if you're an aggressive subscriber, if you're an aggressive investor, then here at least 50% or 75% of your investment will go towards your equity. If you are, say, moderate investor, then accordingly you can decide how much of money, how much of contribution you do will go towards equity, so that you get the returns accordingly. And if you are an, say, conservative investor, you do not want to take much risk, then what you can do is accordingly you can choose how much of percent of your investment will go towards your equity. Say for example, if you are an conservative investor and you do not want to take a lot of risk with your investment, then you can just choose 30% of your total corpus or total investment amount will go towards your equity fund. So you can choose that, and the rest will go towards the safe investment, which is the government securities or the corporate bonds, which will give you a stable return. So accordingly, here the NPS gives you the opportunity, gives you the option that you can choose how much of your percent of the investment will go towards which asset class. While on the other hand, if we talk about the returns in APY, which is Atal Pension Yojana that you get, here it will depend on your age. For instance, if you are today 18 years of age, or if you're 25 years of age or 30 years of age, then accordingly you're already given a predetermined number as to predetermined rupees that you have to pay on a monthly basis. So if we talk about the return part in Atal Pension Yojana, if today you're very young, then your investment amount will also be very less. And if your age is, say, 40 years, then your investment amount every month or even in yearly will be more, because here you only get to invest only for next 20 years. If you're 18, then for the next 42 years you'll be investing. So this is how you can determine the returns, how much returns you want in case you're opening an APY account. So here on the table you can see the first bar tells you about the age of entry. Now in case your age is 18 years of age, then your yearly contribution will be only rupees 42, and your monthly pension, if you expect to get, say, post retirement, which is after 60 years of age, if you want, say, 1000 rupees every month, then yearly you can contribute 42 rupees. In case you want 2000 rupees, then your yearly contribution will be rupees 84. Then in case you want rupees 3000 as your pension, your monthly pension, then you have to contribute 126 rupees on a yearly basis. And for the monthly pension of rupees 4000, you have to pay rupees 168. And for 5000 you have to annually pay rupees 210 rupees. So accordingly, in this chart you can see if your age is 18 years, how much you have to pay; if your age is 25 years, how much you have to pay; 30 years, how much you have to pay; 35 years, how much you have to pay; and 40 years, how much you have to pay. So accordingly, there is a chart that is available, easily available on the internet. Accordingly, you can see, check how much of rupees you have to contribute towards your Atal Pension Yojana. Now here the contribution you make today will depend upon the age and how much you are expecting to get on a monthly basis as your pension post your retirement. So those individuals seeking to take advantage of the market condition must consider an national pension system for making an investment. One must also note that the calculation of the return you get would be done depending on the prevailing market conditions and would not be fixed. On the other hand, if you belong to those categories of individuals who seek an safer option with the fixed return, you're expecting a fixed return with a predefined range, then you can take up national pension scheme. So I hope through this video you have got a fair understanding which one will work or will be best in your case. If you're willing to take risk with your investment, you can definitely choose national pension system or national pension scheme, which gives you the opportunity that how much of your investment will go towards equity and other safe investments. Or if you're not willing to take any kind of risk with your investment and you want a fixed return or fixed pension post your retirement, then you can definitely choose Atal Pension Yojana. Now if you're wondering if you can have account in both NPS and APY, then the answer to that is yes, you can definitely choose to open both the accounts. But here you need to make sure that you fulfill the eligibility criteria in order to open the account in these schemes. So I will end this video here. If you want to learn in detail about more such government investment options, if you want to learn in detail about mutual fund investments, stock investments, then you can download Freedom app from Play Store or App Store. Also, do not forget to hit on the like button, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to hit on the bell icon so that you are notified whenever we post our next video. Thank you for watching Freedom. Get wise, break free.